Good evening. We're back. I'm Beth Ann James, and this is Talk of the Town, and I am joined by our guest for this evening, Lee Vogler.
Hi.
Hey, Lee. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm good. And, of course, we're back with Lauren, our saving maven. And during the first segment, we were a little bit rushed because we were coming right off the road, and I think we've caught our breath, and we can kind of pace it now, right? And slow down. Before we get into our segment, we want to thank Emily and Capricia at McDonald's for hooking us up with our coffee this evening. We had to have it because those of you who watched it, I yawn every week, Lee. Can you believe it?
I know I missed out on the coffee thing.
Yeah. Next time I have to bring you coffee, but
I missed the memo.
I am a 8 o'clock go to bed person, so you know it's 8 o'clock and I'm sleepy. So, but thank you for joining us tonight.
Oh, no problem. Good to be here.
We wanted to have you on to talk about who this Lee Vogler guy is. And I understand that you were on last night. I didn't see that, so I'm going to act like I don't know anything.
Oh, that's cool. Well, what do you want to know?
Well, start from the beginning. Where were you born, Lee?
What
time of the day?
Early morning, a long time ago in a galaxy far away. But no, I've lived here in Danville. Other than the 3 years I was in Richmond at VCU for college, I've been here my whole life, and I love this area. It's my home.
Oh, wow. So you're a Danville native.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I remember reading something some time ago about you not possibly being a Danville native.
I am, and I live here now. I live in the city of Danville.
All right. So we have dispelled that myth right off the bat.
Yeah.
So you are responsible for organizing a group called Moving Danville Forward.
Yes.
And when did that group start and why?
Actually, I began when I was still at VCU, and I started to decide I think I was going to come back here after I graduated, and I had a class with Governor Doug Wilder.
Oh yeah, we like him.
Oh yeah, and he was somebody I always knew in a historical sense prior to having him as a teacher, and then I got to know him on a personal level, and the class was really cool because it was a senior level class. There was only about 10 students, and we had him and then 10 of us, almost like a round table discussion each week. Yeah. And somebody like Doug Wilder, to be a college student, that was a great experience.
Oh, sure.
And it was about community involvement and getting involved in young people, and it really inspired me. And we were in class one day, and I thought about this phrase about moving Danville forward. So I went home, I got on Facebook, I created this page, and it's just kind of slowly grown from there. But a way people can communicate with one another about ideas and ways we can make this city a better place.
So what are some of your ideas for moving Danville forward?
Last year, some people may remember, I had the energy reduction with the street lights in certain parts of the area where we had rural stretches, 58 West out there in particular, where we had a ton of street lights that were running. And I thought we could turn off some of them and still light the streets and save money. That's taxpayer money that funds those lights, and use them for other projects, a bridge that they're building or road repair and things like that. I try to find areas to save money, and something actually that I've been talking to the Vice Mayor about that he brought up at City Council the other night, the Scenic Rivers program that Virginia has. The Dan River's not on that list, and as best as I can tell, we qualify for it, but the City Council has to make a proposal to have us added onto that list, so that's something I pushed for. I thought would, it's something minor, but it would help with tourism. I think, we would be recognized by the state as a beautiful river area, and I'm just trying to find new ways to bring in a diverse work field in here. I think, we can't put all our eggs in one basket as far as jobs. I think we need to diversify the employment field and try to get some people to move back here. I don't think we should just focus on trying to stop the bleeding. I mean, I would like to see Danville better than we were before.
Oh, sure.
And you said a key word, saving.
I was
like
going to say that
Yeah.
you picked a good night to be here. I don't know if you have watched the show before, but Lauren is our resident saving maven. So she talks to people about how they can save money on energy, on groceries, on gas, on everything.
We would get along real well.
Yeah.
So, what is your background? What is your degree in?
I initially went there, and it's funny, I started in journalism. I wanted to be on TV, believe it or not, or a
Ta-da!
Yeah, funny how it worked out. Or writing, which I still do some now. It's still a passion of mine, but I guess being in Richmond, it's kind of the center of Virginia politics. I got kind of, immersed in it, I guess, and I ended up graduating from the Wilder School of Government and Public Affairs. I had a political science degree. I got a minor in media studies, but yeah, politics, I got I got all wrapped up and involved into that and community service and ended up back here. So here I am.
Well, let me tell you something. I like community servants. I like people that are invested in making the place where they live and the people where they live, you know, to be better. So I really do appreciate those kinds of things. But, you know, having a minor in media and doing something in politics can't hurt you either.
No, and you know, I think I've been fortunate because it allows me, you know, that I have, I guess, a knowledge of inner workings of government and things like that, but I can communicate with people because I'm comfortable. You know, it doesn't bother me coming and speaking in front of people. And I think that was a big thing with moving Danville forward that I wanted to do was I knew that there were a lot of people out there who wanted their voices to be heard, but they might not feel comfortable going down to city council and speaking, but they might feel more comfortable, you know, typing or sending something to somebody, you know, like me or somebody else who they can tell that, you know, their ideas or their feelings or concerns to, and then I can go down and relay it to them or you know, come on TV and we can talk or things like that. And, you know, so that was a big thing I wanted to do is try to tear down that wall between the public and, you know, our government down there at City Hall. And I think we've taken some strides toward this.
Oh, definitely. I have been to some city council meetings where there was tremendous participation. I think that in having lived in cities all over the country, I think that a lot of it is that people don't understand how they can participate in the political process. You know, I know that I was at one of the most widely attended city council meetings a couple months ago, and with going through the amendments and going through the reading of this law and this proposal, whatever, you can get lost. You know, you don't even know, what does that mean, first reading, second reading? I really think that we need to have some kind of session where people can just go through, you know, how it works. What does it mean when it's a first reading, when it's a second reading? Can you ask a question? What is the process for doing that? To make our city council members be a little bit more human, you know, that not like these players that sit on, you know, these stages that you can't access at all. Make them a little bit more human.
I think something I'd like to see is some more town hall meetings too, not just the city, but, you know, just where our leaders, you know, just sit in a room with people and take questions and listen is something that I would like. I know a lot of times it seems like we're getting spoken to more than we're getting listened to, if you know what I mean. And I'd like to see a little more listening. And that's something that I always try to be conscious of, is that I know I have my own feelings on stuff, but I try to listen as much as I possibly can too, because, you know, there's a lot of different opinions and a lot of good ideas out there. Just, you know, we need to open up and listen.
And I think that, you know, the best idea might come from the most unusual source. You know, the person who you might not think, you know, who's been quiet all along, the person who seems to be the most thoughtful, is the person might come up with the brightest idea because they've been listening the most. So
I felt, you know, a lot of people I think were kind of surprised with the streetlight thing when that came out with me, and then it ended up saving $400,000 when they did a slightly alternate version of what I originally proposed, but it was spun off of that and it saved $400,000. But I think a lot of people were shy. Who's this kid out of college, you know, coming in and he's got this idea, it's going to save money and all that. But yeah, I mean, young, old, I mean, people all over, you'd be surprised. You hear some great ideas coming from people. So yeah.
That's right. That's right. Well, $400 is nothing to sneeze at.
400,000.
400,000. I'm sorry, it's nothing.
400's not either. I would take it.
It's nothing. So we want to thank you for that. But we are approaching our break, so we will be right back. I'm Beth Ann James here with Lee Vogler and Lauren Hudson. Come right back. This is WMDV, Channel 44 Star News.
At the GRGM Superstore, we have the other dealers' ads and we have our lower prices.
Proof pricing.
Get proof pricing on all used vehicles.
Pricing that makes sense.
Lower prices and we can prove it. That's proof pricing.
I got the price I wanted at Nelson.
And every used vehicle comes with a complete 110-point inspection.
Here at Nelson, we can prove we got the lowest prices.
GRGM Superstore, 930 Ferrystone Park Highway. Everybody knows cars cost less in Martinsville.
Welcome to Nuestra Hacienda. My name is Janie. We want you to invite you to come try the freshest Mexican food in the area, and we want you to have a great experience. Bienvenidos a nuestra hacienda, mi nombre es Jenny. Queremos invitarlos a todos ustedes a nuestro restaurante mexicano. Queremos decirles que es una de las comidas más frescas de la ciudad.
Hi, I'm Pastor Rob. This summer, come join the swim team, Soul Winners International Ministries.
This summer, join the swim team, Soul Winners International Ministries. At Soul Winners, you'll find a welcoming congregation, uplifting praise and worship, a great word of deliverance, and wonderful youth care ministries. Soul Winners International Ministries, 704 East Church Street, Martinsville.
Come see for yourself why Soul Winners is one of the fastest growing churches in the area.
Since 1935, the Wren Yates family-owned and operated funeral home and crematory has been serving your family in your time of need. As we celebrate our 75th anniversary, we're looking to the future with the most modern funeral and cremation services and arrangements available. We are proud to have served your family for so many years, and we will be here to serve your family in the future. Wren Yates Funeral Homes and Crematory, a Southern tradition.
At the law firm of Giles & Lambert, we have served the people of the Roanoke Valley in Southwest Virginia for over 16 years.
We've successfully helped thousands of clients just like you.
If you are overwhelmed by debt, let us help you.
Call us to schedule your free confidential consultation today.
Call 540-981-9000. Giles & Lambert Bankruptcy Attorneys. Professional, established, trusted.
Mark your calendars for Friday and Saturday, August 19th and 20th, when Williams Auction Company will offer the estate of Nanny Martin, located at 3620 Mount Olivet Road, Martinsville, Virginia. This two-day auction features antiques, furniture, collectibles, tools, glassware, personal property, and over 3,000 cookbooks. You don't want to miss this two-day auction, August 19th and 20th. For listing and pictures, visit us at www.auctionzip.com. Williams Auction Company, 276-340-6441.
Welcome to Hibachi Grill.
Hibachi Grill and Supreme Buffet, located at 107 Executive Court in Danville, next to the Toys R Us, offers the largest buffet selection in Danville, with over 180 delicious items to choose from, with cook-to-order grill and sushi bar. Open 7 days a week, Hibachi Grill has 2 huge private dining rooms for birthday parties, office meetings, and weddings. And remember, kids under 3 eat free. Come and enjoy the unbelievable selection of Chinese, Japanese, and American food, including a spectacular dessert bar. Hibachi Grill and Supreme Buffet, 434-799-1965.
We're back. I'm Beth Ann James, and we're back with Lee Vogler and Lauren Hudson. And Lauren, jump on in here and ask Lee some questions. You know, he claims to be a saver. Test him.
That's right. I will. I will.
But, you know, another big project that you're working on is, well, before we move on, let's just tell people how they can get involved in moving Danville forward.
Okay. You go to facebook.com/moving Danville forward, or if you want to search it, you can get on Google or Bing or any kind of search engine. You just type in moving Danville forward. It'll send you right to that page. Or if you just want to look up my name, they got it there on the screen. You can just look up my name, and it should pop up on there too. And if you're on Facebook, you hit the like button at the top if you haven't, and it will connect you, and you can write on there. It actually has my email address if you want to just email me directly with something. If you don't want to put it out there publicly, you can do that too. But yeah, you write on there and ideas, and a lot of times people do a survey or something and say, well, how would you all feel, and kind of take a test of, because I think we've got 1,600 people on that.
Goodness.
And a lot of them, I mean, especially if it's when we had the budget debate this year, I mean, I was getting probably 40, 50 posts a day on there, and it's just a lot of people are involved with it, and it's quick, it's easy, and it's been real encouraging.
Well, one of the things that I would like to see happen is that we consolidate some of these splinter groups.
Mm-hmm.
We have Moving Danville Forward that seems to be pretty well thought of and a front runner. but we have these little other groups where, you know, people are not participating in moving Danville forward, but they have these little groups that kind of have the same idea.
Yep.
You know, I know that David Wilson Jr. has Citizens United for Danville, and then there's a community empowerment group that meets once a month, and, you know, there's all these other little groups. And you know, what would you suggest for us to come? I think that the biggest bang we're going to get is when we come together to make a big impact.
Maybe like a town hall meeting of all those groups.
That's something I've talked to Brian Hood about, and we're trying to, and Justin Farrell, and we're trying to all work together, try to get all on the same page, and either do some kind of event where we all come together and work together, or, you know, like I said, a town hall meeting. But yeah, we're really trying to reach out to all parts of the city, you know, all, you know, north, south, east, west, all over, and not just even within the city, but the area, because I think a lot of, you know, the big issues, it affects people outside of the city limits, you know, the area and the county. I actually grew up right outside of the city as a kid, but, you know, I was from Danville, you know, I never felt like well, on my address says Danville. So, you know, a lot of people who don't live within the city, they live in Danville. So, you know, we've got to start coming together as one collective voice, because, you know, as you say, you can get a lot more done as one large group as opposed to several splintered out voices.
Right.
And you know, too, when even though you don't live in the city, there are a lot of people that do their business in the city, so they can't vote in the city, but they spend the money there.
Yeah.
So it's still something of interest to people in the county also.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And I think that the common theme is that, you know, I don't consider myself all that young, but I'm not senior yet. But I mean, it is really, these three groups are really being moved ahead by young people your age. You know, Brian and you and David, I mean, you're all very young, and to come together would just be so impacting.
And I think it's great too, because there's so many young people, once they graduate from high school, they don't return to Danville.
And I think
so
that was
I want to
his point
compliment
earlier,
you on coming back, you know, to help the city.
And I would love to see it at a point where people who do come back here after college or something aren't met with a kind of, you know, wow, what do you think, you know, like, what are you doing back here? And I had a lot of people say that to me, and it really, you know, it kind of breaks my heart to hear something like that. And that's part of the reason why I want things to be better here, so people be proud to live here, proud to come back here, or want to come back here. Because I think a lot of people that grow up here, they enjoy being here. They like the community and their friends and family and everything here. But I mean, obviously we need jobs. For one, if people can't find a job here, you know, you really got to love the area to be here, you know, and without jobs. That's the main thing we got to work on, is getting people back to work. You know, the double-digit unemployment is just, it's not acceptable.
Insane, yes.
Yeah, and you know, we're seeing Virginia as a whole is doing pretty well right now. They've been named top business state in America by several different sources, and the unemployment rate for them, I think, is about 6%, and we're at twice that. It's really something we definitely got to work on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that in coming back too, a lot of young people, you have, you know, come back with this wealth of ideas and business ideas, and there's a large inventory of vacant properties here. I mean, it really is a hotbed for the right idea with the right property to really take off here in Danville. We just have got to get those matches made so that, you know, so that it happens. But there's wonderful opportunity here. I think that, you know, people always say you got to think outside of the box. I think that we just have to continue to think outside of the box and look at things that exist maybe in other small towns like Danville. With the right person behind it, it can be so successful.
All right. Well, somebody like Tyler Lee, who I think was on here with Sweet Frog last hour. I went to high school with him, and he's come back and started a business here, and I mean, they're packed all the time. You know, people love it, and but yeah, I think the more we communicate with one another, and that's what I really enjoyed about moving Danville forward. I think people, they feed off of that energy and the ideas, and if somebody starts coming up with an idea, then somebody else, you know, that'll trigger their mind to start thinking. And if we just get the process of people just to think, I think in general, just think about improving this area, it would do so much, you know, to improve the way we live here.
Well, you know, I just had an idea. I think that I'm going to invite you to come back in a couple, maybe not in a couple weeks, but a couple months. I'm going to have you and Amir Nesmith, Brian Hood, and David Wilson come on together. Right. And if you have not been in the same space before, I'm going to get you in the same space, because I think the conversation needs to be had between the four of you, and so that it can, you know, you can really do dynamic things in Danville.
Oh, that'd be great. I love it.
But you have another project you're working on.
Yes, the River District Festival. It's coming up October 8th. It's going to be going on all day, and into the evening it's going to have music, food,
Good
art.
food or hot dogs?
I think that they're going to have a little bit of everything.
Okay.
I think,
What kind of music?
It's going to be something that a lot of people have been asking for. No offense to the country music fans out there, but I think a lot of people have been looking for something a little different. And there's going to be some rock and roll. There's going to be some R&B. It's going to be maybe a little hip hop in there. We're going to mix it all up. Something for everybody, I think, down there. And I'm going to diversify, the food, music. There's going to be art down there. They're going to have the Children's Festival at Carrington right next to it. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening downtown on that day. And actually, I think they've got some activities that whole weekend leading into it. But the main event will be on Saturday, October 8th.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we'll continue to advertise that. We'll continue to remind people about October the 8th. And, I say this very regularly, but the whole thought behind this show is because people continue to say to me, there's nothing to do in Danville. Mm-hmm. So on October 8th, the week before October 8th, don't tell me there's nothing to do in Danville, because there's something to do here all the time.
Yep. And we'll be down on the river, with the River District in general, that that they're trying to get things happening down there, and they're talking about revamping it and getting new businesses down there. This is something.
Oh, we have a question.
Oh.
Good evening. This is Talk of the Town.
Good evening. How are you all tonight?
We are well. We hope you are.
Okay, I'm enjoying this talk, and I like that young fella that's interested in our town here. And you got my vote. You want to be on the city council? I mean, between you and the other three names that the young lady just called, she going to bring all four of you on Star News Talk. Oh, I would love that, and I hope the viewers out there going to really back you up. I am so proud of you. Whoever your parents are, I know they are looking and very proud of you, honey.
Thank you.
Because we need that, we need that not only in Danville, we need it in the vicinity of this, the United States. I mean, I hope a lot of people's watching this. They need to watch this. I am so proud of you.
Oh,
man, you're making me blush on here. Thank you.
I have three young children myself. They're all grown and everything. They're very intelligent. But you are a very intelligent man, and I am so proud of you. And like I said, thank God for you, because you are a God-sent man.
Oh,
thank you.
And keep doing what you're doing for our city. We need that. We really need that. And I'm going to pray, and I know a lot of viewers out there are going to do the same thing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. That really means a lot to me.
Thank you for calling.
Wow, that was...
Wow, how do you follow up on that? We're going to have to take a break. We'll be right back.
Bill Stanley, a proven conservative leader for state senate. Bill's father, a retired naval officer, taught him service. Bill's mother, who he helped achieve a lifelong dream of becoming an attorney at the age of 58, taught him dedication and sacrifice. Now Bill Stanley is running for state senate to get Southside and Southwest Virginia back on track, to stop wasteful spending, end higher taxes, and create jobs. Bill Stanley, new ideas, new leadership.
Nelson Honda knows price matters. That's why we offer improved pricing on all used vehicles.
Pricing that makes sense.
We scour the internet, newspapers, radio, and TV for the competitors' used car prices. Then we price for less.
I'm always looking for the best price. Found exactly what I was looking for at Nelson.
Improved pricing gives you 100% confidence in your purchase. And now, find an incredible selection of certified pre-owned Hondas.
Here at Nelson, we can prove we got the lowest prices.
Nelson Honda, 2500 Greensboro Road. Everybody knows cars cost less in Martinsville.
Hey everybody, I'm with John from Bargains Galore in Martinsville, in Danville, Lynchburg, and now a huge warehouse sale going on in Martinsville on August 20th. Tell us about it.
That's at 200 Aaron Street. You'll be from 7 to 1. everything's going to be anywhere from 50 to 80% off.
You've got $1 million in inventory. Tell us some of the name brands that are going to be there.
Stanley, a lot of Stanley, Bassett Mirror, AC. I mean, it's just too numerous to name.
Listen, it's going to be a huge sale. August 20th, it's a warehouse sale in Martinsville. $1 million in merchandise marked down 50 to 80% off from 7 to 1 p.m. only on Aaron Street in Martinsville. But if you're going to be in Danville or Martinsville or Lynchburg, you have a little additional savings for them.
Right. We're already giving 30% off of everything except mattresses, and we're going to give an additional 10% off of the entire purchase that day.
All right, you heard it here first. Bargains galore, $1 million inventory clearance sale on Aaron Street in Martinsville, August 20th from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. and an extra 10% off of your entire retail purchase at any of the stores in Lynchburg, in Danville, or in Martinsville. It's bargains galore.
Well, I was talking to this boy down in Danville today named Junkyard Billy. He said he runs a place called Auto Cycle, the Parts Park, where you can go down and pull your own parts and save a ton of money. He said he put on this big old party down there at his place. You could pull all the parts you could carry and get them for one low price, and he's going to feed you lunch as well. Well, he said he was awful grateful to all the folks that showed up and wanted everybody else to head on down to Danville, too, to Auto Cycle, right down by the airport.
The Nelson Automotive family introduces Proof Pricing, because we know you want proof you're saving money.
Proof Pricing ensures you get the right vehicle at the right price.
We research prices from all competitors. Then we price our vehicles for less.
Proof Pricing gives you 100% confidence in your purchase.
The Nelson Automotive family. Proof Pricing.
Because knowing is better than guessing.
Proof Pricing. Pricing that makes sense. The Nelson Automotive family. Everybody knows cars cost less in Martinsville.
Let Brian Brown and Renewable Engineered Systems rescue you from that crazy power bill.
Renewable Engineered Systems is a full alternative energy company helping people save money. When you invest in renewable energy, you're investing in your future. Your investment starts the day your system is turned on.
Renewable Engineered Systems just installed this 5K solar unit, and when they flipped the switch, the power bill went away.
But when you do a renewable energy system, it starts paying you back the first day.
Call 276-403-5111 and let Renewable Engineered Systems show you how you can get a free energy audit.
As I give a homeowner a chance to take and make improvements on their home where they can save hundreds of dollars a year in their energy bills.
Let Renewable Engineered Systems design a system that fits your needs and your budget. On the web, go to r-e-s.biz or call 276-403-5111.
Good evening, we're back. I'm Beth Ann James here with my guests Lee Vogler and Lauren Hudson. And I tell you, you should come and hang out at the station because we have just as much fun during the break as we do.
Yeah, that needs to be a separate show, a hidden camera.
That's right, behind the scenes. Yeah, like they had behind the scenes Oprah's 25th year. Why isn't somebody following me with a camera?
You need a reality show. We got to get on that.
Yes, yeah. So we want to finish up talking about River District Festival. I always want you to tell people how they can get involved.
You can get involved. They have a Facebook page also, and I believe they have a website. Like I said, if you go in a search engine, you just type in River District Festival Danville, and the website should pop up. Or if you're on Facebook.com, River District Festival, they have a page on there you can connect with also.
Okay, we have another call. Good evening. This is Talk of the Town.
Yes, this is Rhonda McCubbins Vogler, Lee's mother. I just wanted to let the last caller know that, yes, his mom and dad both are extremely proud of him.
I was going to say, I hope that you didn't just tune in because you just missed the most impacting phone call I probably got the whole season.
That's why I'm calling. It's like he said he was blushing, and he may have been blushing, but I was crying.
Oh. Well, thank you. We agree. You've done a great job.
Well, thank you. We are very proud of him, and I thank you for letting him come on there and share his vision.
Oh, great. And, you come with him next time.
He's my son, but, you know, if he does something wrong, he'll tell you. I can be the toughest one on him, and we'll call him on it. But, you know, but I will say that Lee is a person that if he believes something's right, he will stand up for it, and if he believes something's wrong, he will stand up against it.
Oh, well, that's wonderful.
You know, he will do that, and I actually, as much as I missed him when he was away at college and thought, well, you know, I hope he moves back when it was time for him to graduate, because he had gotten into the political field. He had so many opportunities in Richmond. I actually asked him to stay in Richmond because I thought it would be the best for him.
I never thought she would do that when I moved
there.
there.
No, Mom, I want to come back and help make Danville better, and so that does make me really proud.
Well, Mrs. Vogler, let me ask you a question. I was not going to touch the hot question of the evening that everybody wants to know, but are you willing to chime in on whether there might be a race for city council?
Well, Lee knows that, you know, I don't know, that's got to be his decision, and I don't know what he will do with it, but he knows that we will be there to support him, whether he does or he doesn't. I know a lot of people are asking him to.
Yeah.
And I think he would do a good job because, like I said, he will stand up and say whether he thinks something's right or wrong, whether it's the popular view or not. He's, you know, I'm sure some of the meetings he went to at City Council, and when he got up and spoke, I'm sure there were some council members that weren't happy about some of the things he said. But, you know, that's a part of it. And he's not afraid to do that. And so I am, as long as he stands up for what's right, I'm always proud of him.
Well, we are we're very thankful to you for your parenting, and you've done a great job. But I understand that you have a celebration in your family today.
Yeah,
yesterday.
Lee. Let us hear about that, Lee.
Today.
Yeah, you go.
It's my mom's mom, my grandmother. I think she's watching right now. I just want to say happy birthday to her. She's I don't want to get choked up.
She's 70.
Well, I wasn't gonna say that age, but
that's okay because we don't tell our weight, but we tell our age.
Yeah,
and it's like, you know, that's okay because we're thankful and grateful for every year we live.
I just my grandmother and my mom's right up there, my parents right, but my grandmother's probably the nicest lady that I've ever known in my life, and so I hope you're watching right now. I just wanted you to say happy birthday.
Well, happy birthday, Grandma.
Happy birthday.
I'm going to go because now he's going to make me cry.
Well, good job. Thanks for calling.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, this turns out to be the Lee Vogler Show.
You guys are killing me up here.
So we always want to encourage people to get involved. So you've given us two ways to get involved. One with moving Danville forward and the other with the River District Festival. And, you know, we'll wait for you to tell us if there's some way that we can be helpful to you in some campaign maybe in the future. I don't know. We won't ask you the question, so you won't have to.
I'll tell you what, if and when that time comes, I will come down here to WMDV and you guys will hear it before anybody else. I'll come on this station and
on this show.
I just may do that. Then you guys got to invite me back on though. If I don't know, you know, if I'm taking up too much time of just me, I don't want to.
No. Well, the next time.
I'm getting embarrassed up here.
Don't. The next time, I promise to have you, and maybe it will be in the next couple weeks. You know, be sooner rather than later to get you and Brian and Amir and David together.
I would love that.
Because I definitely think that synergy, you know, you all just, you know, coming together, that force needs to come together because it will be a force to be reckoned with. I believe it.
I love being around people and you know, just like I said, feeding that energy off one another and ideas and stuff. And I think if we had more of that here, we would all be a lot better off if we could all just come together.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I would love it.
Absolutely. Well, we are approaching the end of our show, and we always give people news they can use. We try to ram it all in at the beginning so that we can spend the rest of the time with you. But Lauren has a few last-minute savings tips.
There's a website, Free Fly's website. It's FREEFLYS. And there are so many freebies on that website. All you have to do is just, you know, click on the website and like it. They have a lot of printable coupons for free things. And getitfree.us. So you want to, you know, contact them so you can get your freebies.
We have a call. Yep. Good evening. This is Talk of the Town.
Yes. Would you ask Lee Vogler if
he has thought anything about reopening the YWCA?
Well, he's here. You can ask him yourself, ma'am. He heard the question.
The YWCA, honestly, they did, great service. I've known Frank Fulton Jr. for a long time, and I know he did some things with them. He was always a big advocate for the YWCA. I know with the new YMCA coming down, where they're going to be building their new facility, what I would really like to see is if they could, I don't know, merge, or if they could have some kind of coming together to create one. I don't know if you were asking about the building itself or if you were talking about the organization, but as far as the organizations, I'd like to see them work together.
And one big Y.
Yeah. I think a lot of other places have done that. They came together and just merged to create a larger community to people to get involved with. But were you asking about the building?
No, not the building. I think it's a wonderful idea if they come together, the M and the YWCA.
Yeah. That's what I would try to do. If I was in a position, and I don't know, maybe they're listening, maybe that's something y'all could look into. But yeah, they've done it in other places and been successful with it. I think it'd be a great idea and continue a service that a lot of people enjoyed.
Thank you, ma'am, for calling.
Thank you.
All right, so everybody wants to know from you about festivals, to buildings, to organizations, to how to save money on streetlights and everything else. What will the next call be?
I don't know.
I don't a lot on your hands, Lee.
Yeah. You got more? Where's? I want to hear about this saving money. I'm looking for it all the time. I want to hear about this.
Well, I do seminars. I do coupon and saving seminars. So I'm around town and in Martinsville, and everybody knows how to get in touch with me. We've posted it on, and so if you have questions, you just hit me up on Facebook or give me a call or contact the station. And I understand that people have been watching online.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I want to say hi to the Gilmores and Haytons in St. Louis because they've been watching.
We don't do shout-outs, Lauren.
Well, it was just a saying hi, not a shout-out. But, there are so many stores around town that are having sales now because, this is the 19th. So for me, this is the beginning of the time to save. Because, Lee, I have different times of the month than you're supposed to save. You don't shop on the first of the month.
Oh, okay.
But you have to follow me to find out some more tips.
I need to.
But this is the time right now to start checking your coupons to see if they're going to expire so you can get them organized and ready to shop.
Can you give that website again you were given when we got the call? So
the getitfree.us. And like I said, that and free flies. They have a lot of freebies. It's not just a coupon this time. These are free items. But we were talking about CVS, and I didn't tell you about my freebie of the week. The Gain dish liquid is 99¢, and there was a $1 coupon in the Sunday paper, so that's free. I love free.
Oh, yes, because she will go to a store, and the store will pay her. She walks out with money. She makes money.
Oh,
yes.
We need to talk.
And then there's one more thing from CVS, the Revlon nail polish. $4.99, but with your extra bucks from CVS and your $1 coupon from the paper, instead of $4.99, you're going to pay 99¢.
That could be your granny's gift.
Thank you. I hope you didn't see that.
Yes, but there are just so many ways that you can save. So every week I try to have something different. But just concentrate on savings and treat your coupons like your MasterCard. Don't leave home without it.
Yeah, I was in a session today, and the lady said, "Oh yeah, I've been watching chicken wings. They're usually $129, and they're on sale for $119. So there are people. We're starting this movement around savings and saving money. And then what do you recommend people do with their savings, Lauren?
Oh, you have to put it away because that way you can save that money for your vacation. And you don't go home and say, you say, oh, I saved $50. Now, you don't every week say, okay, this is $50. You just put it away, and you'll be surprised how much money when you get ready to go on vacation when you count your money, because it really adds up.
We need you in government. If they thought about saving money and finding that the way you do, I think everybody would be better off.
Yeah, Lauren would figure out a way to use coupons for government spending.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
Well, I want to thank you both for joining me this evening.
Well, thank you.
And we're going to have Lee Vogler back. We're going to have you back. We're going to talk. I mean, I'm going to make this happen. And, you know, we're going to wait on pins and needles to find out what your next move is. But we will see you at city council meetings. We'll see you around town. And we'll definitely see you at the River District Festival.
And we will support you.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for being back with me this evening, Lauren. And I'll see you next week.
All righty. And viewers, keep saving. Contact me.
This is Beth Ann James, and this is WMDV Star News Channel 44. We will see you next week. Good night.
Good night.